Hi there. I was actually planning to do this later this week, but I've found a lot of vinyl, as you can see, so I decided to do this now and do another separate update on the new vinyl, because this is all Goodwill stuff, but on the new vinyl that I might pick up later this week. Starting off, just quickly, one CD. This is the D4 620. It's a band from New Zealand. They're on Flying Nun Records, and they kind of sound like Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, stuff like that. You know, really nasty sounding, just sleazy rock and roll. And it's pretty good stuff. If you like Johnny Thunders, you'll pick it up. It's really good. Vinyl. This is the first record I'm going to show you. It's kind of a corny sleeve. It's the reason why I decided, you know, I'm going to pick it up anyway. It's The Love Machine, and the album is called Everybody Loves the Love Machine. It's from 1973. It's a live show recorded in Paris at the Olympia, I think. Yeah, the Olympia. It's released on a French label as well, Barclay. And I never heard of this band, so I really don't know. Them. They do a great version of Papa Was a Rolling Stone, and overall, it's just a great mixture of soul and funk. But it's not like, you know, amazing funk. It's still kind of corny at times, but it's nice. Then the Osmonds. I love their album Crazy Horses. I love that song. It's one of my favorite, you know, bubblegum tracks, if you will. And that album, yeah, it's so good. I just hope that sound would be on this. It's not. This is the album Love Me for a Reason. And they kind of do the white funk thing, which is good. I like it. But it's not as good as the Crazy Horses album. So it's the Osmonds, and it's good enough for me to want to check out other stuff by them. And we got One Trick Pony by Paul Simon, which, I mean, it doesn't say it's a soundtrack, but it is music that was created for a self-titled movie that he did. Great first track, Late in the Evening. Love that song. And the rest kind of, you know, just slowly moves on. It's nothing special. It's got the original inner sleeve. Pretty decent album. And he's a good artist, but this is a decent album. Nothing more, nothing less. That's something I just didn't know about. This is a Dutch band called The Dutch. This is a mini album they did in 1983 called This Is Welfare, which apparently, I mean, I grew up in this period and listened to a lot of music back in 83, but I never heard of this song. Doesn't ring a bell. The whole band doesn't ring a bell. But, you know, they're a wave act, new wave act, sort of falling in between early Joe Jackson, Talking Heads, and Ecstasy, but, you know, not as good as. But it's a decent album, decent band. You know, nothing too special. It's just, if you like new wave, if you like 80s pop, 80s pop rock, then you will definitely like this. And beside their mini album, I also found their LP, Under the Surface, from 1985. Similar sound, you know, it's nice. It's got the inner sleeve, picture of the band. Yeah, nothing too special. It's just decent 80s pop. And this I just had to pick up. This is in such immaculate shape. The LP, there's no damage on it at all. The vinyl has a little noise on it, but otherwise it's pretty good. It's Country My Way by Nancy Sinatra, and it's not a really good album, which has to do with me not being such a big fan of country music. But I just had to pick it up. It's got Jackson, which she does with Lee Hazelwood on it. There's another track with Lee Hazelwood that she does. So yeah, it's okay, but it's in such great condition. I just had to pick it up. Then Irby Green, The Fox. It's on the CTI label, which is a jazz label. They did a lot of sort of fusion records, fusing jazz with funk. This is also a fusion album, but doesn't have any elements of funk in it. It's from 1977, and it's got a lot of people working on it. And I don't really know any of them except this great guy. This is Toots Thielemans, the harmonica player. He's awesome, and the music is really mellow, pretty good. Then those I found like yesterday and prior, but these are all from today. Starting off with Slave, The Hardness of the World, a funk band from late 70s, I guess. This album is from 1977, and to be quite honest, I haven't listened to it, so I don't know exactly what it sounds like, but it looked interesting, so I just picked it up. There you go, that's Slave. And I got Al Green. I love Al Green. Al Green Gets Next to You. From 1971, if I'm not mistaken. It's on the High record label. It's just, I haven't listened to it, but I'm sure I'm definitely gonna like it. It's in great condition, except corners cut and there's some writing on it. But it's pretty good. And I found this one. I thought, yeah, another one. Al Green Can't Get Next to You. Wow, from 1977. Great, I love it. It's on High Records again, and then I looked at the numbers, the songs which are on it. The same 10 songs which are on the previous album I showed are on here. So it's exactly the same album except a 1977 re-release under a different title. Doesn't make any sense, but it's nice. It's nice adding to your record collection. Then I got Creedence Clearwater Revival, Cosmos Factory. It's a record I've seen, I've seen very often in my record buying years, but I never picked it up. And now I was like, okay, it's a euro. Let's pick it up and see what the fuss is. I really don't know this band that well, except the song "Who'll Stop the Rain," which is on here. So, but I'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. But it's a classic album, so I just had to pick it up. This is the Watsonian Institute with Master Funk. This is the backup band of Johnny Guitar Watson, and this is an album they did. Johnny Guitar Watson produced it. He wrote all the songs except two, and I don't know if he plays on it as well. So it's actually a Johnny Guitar Watson album without Johnny Guitar Watson doing all the stuff. I haven't listened to it, but the title already, Master Funk. I just had to pick it up. This is a must-have in my opinion when I see this for a euro. This is playing in the background, It's Brian Auger, Julie Driscoll, and Trinity Open. I don't know if Big Star 1000 did this as a obscure classic. If he did, I'm glad I managed to pick it up. It's from 1967, and as you can hear, it's jazz, it's rock, it's all over the place, and yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. It's playing in the background, as you can hear. So that's Julie Driscoll, Brian Auger, Julie Driscoll, and Trinity Open. This I just had to pick up. James Brown, Hot Pants. Yeah, it's kind of a weird story. At the same Goodwill where I bought this, I think a year ago, I saw it as well, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was, a disco album that he did, but I didn't pick it up. I don't know why. There's no year of release on it, and it could never have been a disco album because it's from 1971. And then when I came home, I actually, watched a video of Hot Pants on YouTube, and I'm like, why did I not pick this up? The next time I went there, it was gone, but now a year later, the same Goodwill has it again, and I bought it. Good stuff. Then a Norwegian band called Fra Lippo Lippi from the 80s. This is from 1987. It's called Light and Shade. Not too familiar with it, but I know that they're quite big among the new wave fans, European new wave fans. Like I said, I don't know much about them. I just picked it up because I remember the name, I heard the name, and it looked nice. It looked really nice. Nice photo in the front, nice photo in the back. We'll see. Some more funk rock, Spanish style this time. This is Barabbas. This is originally called Wild Safari. I don't know why this, there's no mention of that title. On the back it says Música Caliente. I don't know what that means, but it is the Wild Safari album, and yeah, it's good. It's pretty solid funk rock from Spain, from the early 70s. I think 1972, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, solid album, and I recognized the sleeve, so I just had to pick it up. This is a compilation album. Actually, I thought it was a normal album, but it's not. It's Get Deep, Get Back by Ike and Tina Turner. It's got a lot of really big hits. It's from 1985, this one, and it's sort of a cash-in, I guess, on the whole Tina Turner being big in '85. I mean, she had major hits at the time, solo, so they cashed in on it by releasing this. Some old school hip hop. First up is Professor Griff and the Last Asiatic Disciples, Pawns in the Game. Not too familiar with Professor Griff. I know he was kind of a controversial person, member of Public Enemy up until 1989. Then he released this album. Look, I don't know how controversial he is, but he made certain statements that, weren't too clean, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm happy I found it. I haven't listened to it, actually, but I'll definitely give this a listen soon. Another hip-hop album. It's Red Hat Kingpin, Shade of Red. He's the guy who did the original title tune for Do the Right Thing. That got dropped, and he released it anyway. It's on this album, and it became quite a big hit. The rest, I really don't know. I just picked it up. It looked nice. So there you have it, Red Hat Kingpin. another really nice album. Groove Holmes with a new groove. Groove Holmes is an organ player, as you can see back here. The reason why I picked it up, I already thought, he's an organ player, so it must be jazz, and it is. The reason why I picked it up is because of the drummer. I don't really recognize, jazz musicians by name, but this guy I know because I have a soundtrack by him, and his name is Bernard Purdie, and I know he's a really great drummer. So I picked it up thinking, Bernard Purdie's soundtrack, that's funk. That's pure funk, jazz, funk, whatever you want to call it. And this is too. This is really good. If you like your jazz with a lot of funk in it, check out Groove Holmes. It's on Groove Merchant Records, so there's a lot of groove in the title, in the name, and in the label. I also found this T-Rex album, Light of Love. This is released on Casablanca, and if I'm not mistaken, this was a release for America only. It featured a lot of tracks that had been released already in Europe and were about to be released in Europe. I'm sure, I guess. It's pretty decent, nothing too special. I like T-Rex, and it's got a lot of those nice glam rock sounds to it. But it's nothing. It's not like their early work, which just is amazing. This is just okay. But I had to pick it up. I'm not leaving this behind. It's a little damaged, spine, but otherwise it's pretty good. A couple more, to be precise, 4 more. First up, it's The Return of the Magnificent Seven by the Supremes and the Four Tops. It's the Supremes without Diana Ross. And they got together with the Four Tops and released a solo album. It's a corny sleeve here, and on the back they're in, nightgowns. Or I don't know if it's nightgowns. I don't know. They're nicely dressed. It's pretty decent, it's nothing too amazing. The LP itself is like this really floppy LP, and Motown did that a lot in the early 70s, which is a shame, because I don't know if that really is negative towards the sound quality. But it's okay, it's nice, it's soul music, and I like soul, so. This was a really good find. The man from Shaft, Richard Roundtree. I never heard of this album. I've never seen the album, so when I saw it at a Goodwill, I had to pick it up. This is released in around the same time when Shaft was released, and Shaft became a hit. So, what do? You get the star of the movie to do an album, and that's basically what it is. It's a soul funk album with Richard Roundtree doing the vocals, and it's pretty okay. I mean, he does a good job with the vocals, but I kind of expected a more Isaac Hayes kind of funk sound, but not really. It's pretty decent, pretty good. I like it, and it's just for curiosity's sake that this is an album you just have to have. 2 more albums. This is the Ides of March vehicle. Ides of March, first track, when you hear it, you hear Blood, Sweat and Tears. So it's in that vein. It's from 1970. Pretty decent, rock band. It's released on Warner. Don't know much about it otherwise than what I just told you. It's a nice looking album. Quality is pretty good, even though it's a little damage here, corner cut, but otherwise great condition. And the last record I found is a Donovan album I didn't have yet. This is from 1970. It's called Open Road, and it's an album that kind of he did after his big albums of the late 60s. So it's a nice album. It's a gatefold. There's a lot of lyrics and text in it, and it's just I mean, I love Donovan, so can't do anything wrong. So that's the Goodwill finds of from now, and I'll be doing another update later this week.